Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today on an overcast day in Florida, I'm going to talk about all the reasons why I chose this 2015 Camaro over some of the other competition. So when choosing this car, I had a certain amount of criteria that I had laid out that I wanted in my car. A couple things include I wanted it to be manual, of course. I wanted the car to be rear-wheel drive and have over 300 horsepower. And also to be a coupe. So that narrowed it down. One of the first cars I considered was actually the Volkswagen GTI, but I didn't like that one because it was front wheel drive, and I like how you can kind of bring the tail out in cars like this. So I considered the Infiniti G37S, and I tried to consider the Subaru WRX, even though those are a little too expensive. And also I looked at the Ford Mustang and the Challenger. The reason I decided against the Challenger is because the V6 Challenger does not come in a manual option. The V6 Challenger only has an automatic. Secondly, the Mustang. I do prefer Camaros over Mustangs, and at the time the new generation Mustang just came out, so they were a little out of my price range. And also I wasn't a big fan of the 2014 Mustangs. And I decided against the G37 because they stopped making those in 2012, 2013, I think. They moved to the Q50, and all the G37s I found in my price range were very high mileage. So with being a Camaro fan and the Camaro being the cheapest option at the time, with over 300 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, and a 6-speed manual, kind of only left me with that one choice. So I started working in early 2015, and my one goal in mind when I was working all that time was so that I could get a car like this. One of my main passions in life is cars, and I wasn't really into anything else. And at the time I was driving my family's 2003 Suburban, which I loved but wasn't very fun. So I was striving to get a sports car. By the end of this summer, I ended up getting it earlier. So now I'll talk about how I ended up getting the Camaro earlier than I expected. So towards the end of the year, the car that I was driving, this 2003 Suburban, wasn't doing so well. It had a transmission problem, and my dad thought that the transmission was going to go out soon. This was at the end of 2015, and I didn't plan on buying this car until mid-2016 in the summer. But since the Suburban was going out, me and my dad started looking for some Camaros because that's what I had decided on at that point. And we found some good end-of-the-year deals since it was the end of the 5th generation. The 6th generation Camaros were rolling out, and it was the end of the year. So we got a really good deal on this car. I was able to put down some money, and I'm paying the rest off. So now to talk about some numbers. This car exactly costed, the sticker on it was $27. That was the base MSRP. Through my dad, we got a lot of discounts because my family is a Chevy family for the most part. We have one GMC, but the rest are Chevrolet products. So my dad had a lot of GM points built up, and with his work and through the end of the year, we were able to walk out of the door with this car for right about $18,000. Now the car was already marked down to $25, so it was marked down $2,500 because it was the end of the year deal. But with all the discounts, everything included, and our salesman, I think his name was Brian, worked with us really well. He was a great salesman. We got a really good deal on this car, which was brand new. It had 20 miles on the tack when that happened. I had $6 grand saved up from my work, and also I had some Christmas money built in as well. So I was able to put down that amount, and since I was barely 18 at the time and I didn't have a credit card, if I was going to pay the rest off through the dealership, it would have been a horrible rate, and I probably wouldn't even be able to own this car. So my dad, being the very nice man that he is, bought the rest of the car with cash, and now I am paying my dad off $250 a month for the next X amount of years. I think it's a great deal. Me and my dad, that's one of the things we bond with, is cars, and he knew how much I wanted this and he was willing to help me out. So now I'm going to talk about if I would recommend this car to someone else looking for a nice sports car around the range that I bought it. To start out, I did mention in my review that this car isn't the easiest car to get used to. It does have some decent blind spots, and also if you're not careful, you can bring the back end around or this or that. But I do recommend this car because if you're a sports car guy like me, this car has everything you need and really nothing else. That's one thing I didn't really care for too much with the Mustang and the Challenger, is because now the 6th gen Camaros have them too, but they all had the screen in the middle, and they had digital displays and this is that. The reason I like this car, and I know the Camaro RS and the Camaro SS have those as well, the reason I like this car is because it has your base stuff, and it's got the 6-speed manual rear-wheel drive. It's fun, and it doesn't really have anything else you need. So if that's something you're looking for, I would recommend this car. If you're looking for something more on the luxury side, something that rides really well and also is fast, I would look more in the BMW 335i range, 328i. But if you're looking for a manual car, rear-wheel drive, that's a whole lot of fun to drive, has good power, gets a lot of looks from people, and it has a decent cost to it, I would recommend this car. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I hope that some of you were able to know a little more about the 5th gen Camaros and some of the prices involved. I have a lot of videos coming soon, more reviews, more races, so make sure you guys stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.